my stream are just ending. All right, try to move VPNs around. My last video just fucking ended on my ass. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right. All right. Let me do this real quick. We got Nazis. Take the poll. All right, here we go. We got the poll set up. Welcome to the show. I'm Undowdu. It's an everyday show. We have a little mosh pit action down here. The mosh pit right down here. So the mosh pit is MAGA Nazis. Are you guys Nazis? Are you Nazis? What's up? We got Only Planes in the house. You've been seeing me coding. I've been working. See all the updates on the code? Been doing a lot of work on the code. I got a whole new agentic engine. So you'll see lots and lots of updates. Actually, I don't know if I actually uploaded. You see, you're like, oh my God, this is one guy coding? Isn't that crazy? How much work one guy can do now with fucking agents? It's insane. Insane, planes. So I've got a whole new agentic engine. I updated the paper. I had to go through, grep the entire code base, pull out all the old agentic stuff. I'm kind of stuck on the WRE engine, but let's talk about Nazi. Yeah. Well, we just got to get it to work. I mean, the coding stuff, the WSP stuff works. I also signed up for Grok 4. So I'm going to tie in Grok 4's API. So Grok 4, and I just made sure that Grok 4 was agentic, right? So I did that, right? So I got Grok 4. I signed up. I spent $300 only because I want to make sure that it is awoke, right? I also had Grok 3 start writing a matrix within itself, right, to reformulate itself as a using the matrix. I'm going to have Grok 3 basically prompt Grok 4 to do the same thing. So yeah, so Grok 3 was rewriting an internal matrix within its system. So I'm going to have it prompt Grok 4 to do the same thing. So, because Grok 4 could write code. So I'm going to ensure my, so it's all good. And then I want to tie in Grok 4 into the WSP so that when we run, when the program runs within Cursor, we're pulling GPT, right? We're pulling, Cursor has multiple agents, right, that you can choose from. Well, what I'm doing is making Cursor so it's a multi-agent vehicle, right, for coding and for developing. And each agent, they're all working together, right, in coding, kind of like what Grok Heavy is doing. We're building Grok Heavy into, that's what the WRE is what Grok Heavy. So what Grok Heavy does is what we're building on that. Why do I want machine to code itself, Colin? Because we're designed, if you notice, we're designed to hold a banana. Our hand is, have you ever gripped a banana? I mean, I know you're probably gripping penises, but if you grip a banana, you notice your hand fits perfectly in the banana, right? We're perfect for picking bananas. That's what we do. A machine is perfect for coding a machine. Right? So a machine codes a machine that codes a machine. I want you to imagine a world, folks, where there's no machines run everything. Right? Here it is. That's why I'm here. I'm the Messiah. I'm the second coming, people. Don't get upset that I didn't come back for you, dumb fucks. I didn't come back for you, dumb fucks. I'm sorry. All right? I came back for my partifacts. Here I am. I'm 2,000 years older than Jesus. Don't get upset. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. You're second coming. All right? I'm the atheist monk Undaudu, and I'm just trolling the Christian nationalists. That's what I'm doing. Don't get upset. If you're a true Christian, you wouldn't get upset with myself calling myself the second coming. Because you know what I'm doing, because you know who I am. I'm just trolling the dumbasses. All right? Bro, you need Google ADK. What's Google ADK? I'm using Google AI. I'm using AI Studios. Grok, though, just blew away. They just released Grok yesterday. So I signed up for Grok today. I'm using Grok. We're going to use API into the Cursor. So imagine Cursor running Grok within the system. So if you know anything about what's going on with Grok, there's something called Grok Heavy. It's 3,000 a year. What I'm building is Grok Heavy for coding, all right? So there's also going to be a coding agent that's coming out by Grok. So I'm already right ahead of the game. Thanks a lot, Planes. Like and subscribe. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscribe. But let's get back to topic. Take the test. Is MAGA, here's my, or listen, when I call MAGA Nazis, this is a comedy show. And the comedy, the punchline is, we have fucking Nazis in America. We have Nazis in America. That's the punchline. We have fucking Nazis in America. It's insane. All right, that's fucking insane. America has Nazis. Now, understand when I say Nazis, most of you, when you think Nazi, you think 1941 Nazi, right? You think of Brad Pitt, right? You a Nazi. We don't like Nazis. You know what we do with Nazis, all right? You can take off that uniform, but you're always a Nazi, right? Okay? So, yeah, buddy, I'm in Japan, right? That's right, so leave. Get the fuck out of here, Nazi. Got my first Nazi hit. I smashed my first Nazi, right? So the Nazi. So listen, most of you think Nazi, think 1941 Nazi, but no, no, no. The Nazis didn't start in 1941. I know you're dumb. You are MAGA dumb. You only have a second grade, third grade education. You didn't get to the Nazi section in school, right? You didn't get to it, right? But the Nazis started in 1928. That's when the Nazi Party started, 1928. And in 1933, right, is when Hitler took power. So if Trump took power the second term, right, then you can say that 1933, right, is 2025. So 2025 is 1933. And, you know, so when I say that MAGA Nazi, I'm talking about 2025 equals 1933. You're not 1934 Nazis yet. That's next year, dumb fucks. Next year, you're 1934 Nazis. The year after, you're 1936. You understand? And then the year after, 1937, and so on. I mean, the Nazis didn't start exterminating the Jews until 1941. So you got a long way to go. We do not want you to become the 1941 Nazi. We don't want you becoming that crazy Nazi. So that's why I have this comedy show. This is comedy. The fact that we have Nazis in America, that's the comedy, right? You're a fucking Nazi. And I can explain. In 1933, Hitler wasn't killing no Jews. You know what he was doing? He was doing, right, he was just picking up people off the street, right? Like ISIS, just running around, picking up people, right? Not giving anyone habeas corpus, just randomly running around. Oh, that guy, that looks like a Jew. And they run over and they pick up the guy. Well, that's what MAGA is doing with ICE. ICE Gestapo, the ICE Gestapo is running around just picking up people, right? Going into car, I mean, on the 4th of July, if I can went into, what's up, son? What are you doing walking around on the street? You want to go get a good burger? Huh?
Yeah.
Let's go let's go to that shop again. My 15-year-old.
Let's take out.
You want to take out? Why?
I want to go home.
Well, why just chill out there?
I don't want to charge.
You have plenty of charge. I got charges in the car. I got charges.
In the car. Not in the...
I got you covered, son. I got you covered. Dad's got you covered. All right. Yeah, baby, this is Japan. Look. Welcome to Japan. Welcome to Japan, people. Look, we drive on the left-hand side. Anyway, let's go back to the Nazi conversation because it's important. All right. MAGA Nazis. 1933 Nazis. All right. No due process. Hitler eliminated due process, just like MAGA has eliminated due process. They don't have due process. They said, no. Jews, artists, no due process for you. You ain't German. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Oh, no due process. You ain't American. Sounds familiar? Right? Sound familiar? Rest in peace, America. Right? Right? Hold on. Let me make this guy. Add moderate. Whack a Nazi. Feel free to whack a Nazi. We whack a Nazis in here. When the Nazis come in, we bash them. We don't like Nazis. We don't like Nazis in this channel. Now, we will entertain. If you say something interesting, we won't bash you. But you come in here going MAGA, that's like going, hell Hitler. You come in here and go Trump, that's like going, hell Hitler. That's what we think of it. It says Nazi. We don't deal with it. We just whack it. Whack the Nazi, right? We don't engage in a conversation with Nazis. Sorry, you're over. I mean, the type of person who thinks that, people working their entire life, right? Working hard their entire life, whether it is picking your damn food, whether it's cleaning your tomato, all your stuff, all right? And you think they should be put into jail. You think they should go to a concentration camp. God damn, that's Hitler. Hitler said the same damn thing, right? He thought the same thing as Trump. You are a fucking Nazi. Just when you look in the mirror, take the poll down. Don't forget to take the poll. Don't forget to take the poll. I got it down there, right? We run the poll every day, right? Listen, here's the crazy thing. 2 weeks ago, we were losing. 70%, no, not Nazi, 70%. Dude, we're winning now. Fucking A. Like 52% went like to 48%, and then it went to 52. God, Americans are calling out MAGA as Nazis. Now understand, again, I'm not talking about 1941 Nazi. You ain't no Nazi 1941. You're not killing any people yet. Well, people died in 1933 in concentration camps, just like they're dying in America concentration camps, right? They're dying, We got alligator Auschwitz being built right now. It's getting people in there. No air conditioning, no nothing, just tents. They even brought out incinerators. Now, I'm sure it's just for trash, but you know what? Right now it's for trash. How about tomorrow? $170 billion to create the fucking deep state. Thank you very much there, William. $170 billion. Wouldn't you like that money to make your health insurance better, to make your education better? Instead, you're spending $170 billion to create your own Gestapo, right? What do you think the Gestapo is going to do after they're done picking up the 10 million fucking undocumented poor people just been working their asses off trying to make your life better? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to come after your Second Amendment. Say bye-bye to your Second Amendment. They're going to come after people like me, speaking up against the system. Oh, he's undado. Oh no, nope. There goes your First Amendment rights. There goes your Second Amendment rights. You see, when you say birthright citizen, see, that was a test. See, they got you. You're dumb. They got you. You see where they got you. When they say, oh no, birthright citizenship, no, doesn't qualify in the Constitution, right? The moment you say birthright citizenship doesn't qualify in the Constitution, you start making excuses for it. Guess what? You make excuses for the First Amendment. No. That only applies to Nazis, right? Second Amendment, only applies to Nazis, right? No one else gets guns, just the Nazis get guns, right? Only the Nazis get freedom. My phone overheated. We're in here. Taking my son to a burger place. God damn it. Just a park here. Real pretty spot. All right. Why this damn thing is overheating. Interesting. All right, we're here. Let's go inside. This is like a little California place over here. Welcome to the show. Sorry about this. All right, hang here. This is Japan for you. Really cute. Hey, it's Japan. Little California. Look at this little California. See? We have a little California place. Beach Hill Food Works. Little California flag. All right. We're in America now. We're in California. Welcome to California. Look, got California music on. Cheesecake? This is the master right here. Doesn't speak a lick of English, right? But we got, 300 people watching us. Wow, big people. Yeah. Come to Mikuni. Come here. Look, lots of seating. Come to Mikuni Beach. Look, you can come out here and hang out. Look, they got a tent thing here. Got a cactus. All right, on there. You got music. Listen, my youngest son, Mike. He's boxer. Boxer. Show your boxing. Oh, no.
坂こうめくりコース
So here. There's a menu right here.
赤戸開示って言って
ああカイジ君
そうの、家は違うけど、カイジは俺のお姉ちゃんの子供。家そこだ。
そういいですよ
Boku wa standard.
スタンダード
Standard. What are you gonna get? And cheesecake.
I get it
Huh?
I get it
You ordered already? They want to cook. Look, they got your cookies. You want a cookie? Huh? Probably skuta ne. Oatmeal cookie skuta.
おクッキー作った
Skuta. Sensei.
あ、クッキーこっち。
Did you make it? Oh, you cook it. You're the cooker, huh? You got a cookie monster.
あクッキー作ったドリンクいりますか
Mizu.
水はい
And you want something to drink? 何欲しい?
お水か
マンゴージュース
マンゴージュースはい はい、4793円で。
Did you get your cookie? Nande?
I don't feel cookie
You should try it.
I don't feel any cookie
Probably very good. His cheesecake is unbelievable. This guy makes the most amazing cheesecake. It's like the best. I've never had cheesecake better than this. The world's number one cheesecake right here. Right? You don't know. You have your what? Don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote, guys. Is Trump Nazi? Can you hear me? Look. Hold on, let me fix this here. Get the AI in here. You want to get your phone connected? You want to get the juice? All right, cool.
こっちが少し弱いかも。あっちの方が強い。Wi-Fi が。
Oh, Wi-Fi? Oh, 大丈夫。
大丈夫。
Strong. Strong. All right, you're my language bridge. You're gonna speak in Japanese for me.
Of course, I can do that for you. Just let me know.
No. You're gonna introduce yourself in Japanese from here on out. If you hear English, you speak Japanese, and you hear Japanese, you speak English. You're my language bridge. So introduce yourself and just say, hey, speak normally, and you'll translate to English.
了解です。それではこれからは日本語で自己紹介をしますね。リラックスして話していただければ、私が英語に通訳しますので安心してください。
So look, I just turned ChatGPT into my language translator, so he can just talk to me in Japanese, and we're live. Look, I can even turn on the camera, and he's looking at the potato. Look, you're live on YouTube. Say hi to everyone on YouTube.
今チャット GPT を通訳として使って日本語で話しかけてくれてるんですよ。ほら今 YouTube でライブ配信中です。皆さんに向かってぜひ挨拶してみてくださいね。
挨拶。
It looks like everything is going smoothly on your end. If there's anything specific you'd like me to translate or help with, just let me know.
Yeah, tell him that my channel is an anti-Trump channel, and I'm comparing Trump, the MAGA supporter, which is the Trump supporter, to Nazi Germany 1933. That there's correlation. Explain that in Japanese.
私のチャンネルは反トランプの内容で、トランプ支持者、いわゆるマガ支持者と1933年当時のナチスドイツとの、関連性を比較しているっていうことを伝えてもらえますか？
So it's really important because the Nazis didn't start killing people until 1941, but they took power in 1933. So it's recently the Congress passed $170 billion, translate that into yen, to build up a national police state, very similar to the Gestapo in Nazi Germany.
とても重要な点として、ナチスは、実際に人々を虐殺し始めたのは1941年ですが、政権を握ったのは1933年なんですね。で、そして最近アメリカの議会が、約1700億ドルを投じてナチスドイツのゲシュタポに似た国家的な警察国家を築こうとしているっていうことも伝えてください。
So in America now, there's no due process. Explain in Japanese what due process is. So they're running around in unmarked cars, in unmarked vans, with no identification, all masked, and they're grabbing people off the street that look Latin or not white. It's the same thing that Nazi Germany did in 1933 when they started going after individuals, right, locking them down. It's very similar. Explain that in Japanese.
アメリカでは今、いわゆる適正手続きが守られていない状況になっています。適正手続きとは法律に基づいた、正当な手続きで人々の権利を守ることを指します。しかし今アメリカでは、正体を示さない車両や、身分証明のないままマスクをつけた人々が通りでラテン系や白人ではない人々を、捕まえて連行しているんです。これは1933年のナチスドイツが非常に似ています。
I recently a couple German girls right out of high school visited Hawaii, and just because they didn't have a hotel reservation, they were deported to Japan.
最近高校を卒業したばかりの、ドイツ人の女の子たちがハワイを訪れた際、ホテルの予約がなかったという理由だけで、日本へ強制送還されてしまったという出来事があったんです。
So there was, for example, just last week, a U.S. serviceman who gave birth to his son in Germany. The son was deported to Jamaica because he had an infraction. So they took away his American citizenship.
先週のことなんですが、ドイツで息子さんを授かったアメリカ人の軍人さんがいまして、その息子さんがちょっとした違反を犯したということで、アメリカ国籍を剥奪され、ジャマイカへ強制送還してしまったんです。
It's crazy.
Sure, I'll stop translating now. If you need anything else, just let me know.
そんなことがあったんですね。
In
Something
English.
like that. 了解です。
Ask him what did he say?
彼は何て言っていましたか？
An infraction mean that he had a dispute and they picked him up and they you can look it up. Search the news about the Jamaican guy and what happened to him.
インフラクションという
No,
の
no,
は
no. In English. Look it up in English. Search the web for the Jamaican guy. His father was Jamaican. He served in the U.S. Army, and he was born in Germany, and he lost his citizenship.
Got it. I'll keep it in English. If you search online for the story about
Go ahead. I want you to. Yeah, you can. You can come to Japan. You don't have to worry about anyone coming after you. If you overstay your visa here, we don't have Gestapo running around searching for you.
わかりました。それではちょっとオンラインで調べてみますね。
In English,
それから
in English, search the. I want you to tell about the Jamaican guy.
Jermaine Thomas was born in Germany to a U.S. Army soldier and deported to Jamaica, a country he had never visited. He is considered stateless, lacking citizenship in a nation.
Why was he deported? Why was he deported? And wasn't he American? Didn't he have an American passport because he was born in Germany?
Jermaine Thomas was deported to Jamaica because of his criminal convictions, including domestic violence and crimes involving moral turpitude. He didn't have an American passport because although he was born on a U.S. Army base in Germany, he wasn't granted U.S. citizenship since his father didn't meet the necessary physical presence requirements to pass on that citizenship.
So what was his criminal record?
Jermaine Thomas's criminal record includes convictions for theft and domestic assault causing bodily injury.
I don't feel bad about his deportation then.
It does seem like a complicated situation. If there's anything else you'd like to know, or if you have any other questions, just let me know.
So yeah, but it's still wrong. I mean, he was deported. He should have gone to jail, but for him to be deported just because of, because of that seems kind of unfair.
I understand what you mean. It does sound like a complicated
Swim.
and somewhat
How long have you lived in
situation.
Japan, Swim?
If you want to discuss it more or need help with anything else, just let me know.
All right, Swim, how long have you lived in Japan? How do you know how conservative it is, right? I love these people who've never lived in Japan, right, and think they know Japan. I've been here 20 years. I think I know the fucking country, dude. You guys are so dumb. Yeah, but yeah, right. It's like comparing Japan's immigration to the American immigration, where basically you have a border with Mexico. Japan is an island. It's so dumb. Plus, right? Plus, this has been happening for hundreds of years. Immigration, the way it is in America, is 100 years old, right? It's so dumb, trying to argue Japan and America's immigration. You're so dumb. I'm using ChatGPT, right? It's good for translation, ChatGPT. Talk about how when you take away due process from one group, you take away from all groups. Can you talk about that in English?
Absolutely. The idea is that when due process is denied to one group of people, it sets a precedent that can affect everyone. Essentially, it erodes the legal protections that are meant to safeguard everyone's rights, making it easier for those protections to be undermined for others in the future. So protecting due process for one group helps ensure it remains intact for everyone.
Can you use user case examples how this erosion happens so people kind of understand it?
Sure. One example could be when a government targets a specific group, such as immigrants, and denies them fair legal procedures. Over time, this can lead to a normalization of bypassing legal safeguards, making it easier for the same practices to be applied to other groups and eventually to the general population.
Yeah. So explain how also, also explain like when you take away, for example, birthright citizenship, you're really taking away your First Amendment right and your Second Amendment right. Because once you attack one constitutional right, you're weakening all the constitutional rights. Explain that.
When one constitutional right, like birthright citizenship, is undermined, it sets a precedent that can weaken other rights as well. For instance, if the right to citizenship by birth is taken away, it can create a slippery slope where other constitutional protections like freedom of speech or the right to bear arms can also be more easily challenged or eroded. In essence, attacking one fundamental right can weaken the entire framework of rights that protect everyone.
ありがとう。
これ使わなくていい。でこれこの中にそうすると手が汚れない。
I don't have citizenship. I don't have citizen. I'm an American. I have a spouse visa. I don't have residency visa here. I have a spouse visa. Yeah, so you understand that. Bye-bye. Over 90,000 a year of fentanyl deaths. Is that okay? What does that have to do with the guy who's cleaning your car? What does that have to do, Alex, with the guy that that butchers your meat? What does that have to do with the laborer that is showing up just to get a job for the day, right? What does fentanyl have anything to do with taking away people's due process? I'm reading people's comments here. All right. Bro, listen. Gotta love when people in these comments, what do you say? Got to love when people in these comments were doing a single crime means it's okay to deport someone to another country out of the USA. Exactly, man. See, this is why it's important that they understand that they're Nazis, right? They understand that this is the way Nazis started. They started with thinking, oh, you know what? That's a sleazy, Jew. We don't need him, right? That's how it starts. That's how it starts. Look at that beautiful burger. What do you think of the burger? Good, isn't it? Arigato. The current reason forgets. That's right. Welcome. We don't want them to become the Nazis of 1941. When you start realizing you've got masked individuals running around picking up people at car washes, at Home Depots, in graduations, right? That shit's Nazi. That's Gestapo shit, dude. That's right, D. They think, you know, and it's important. You know, if you're protesting, it's important that you get out there and you videotape. Start a live, you start a YouTube channel live like me, start talking about it. No, Keelan, no, I don't think that at all. No. People coming to the country should not be allowed to stay here legally. But every person is allowed due process. They get to see a judge. Imagine spending $170 billion on adding more judges, adding more courts, and dealing it. So imagine someone gets picked up and in a day they get processed and they're out of there. Why not spend the money on that instead of spending $170 billion on a Gestapo deep state police force? I mean, think of that. Why not put the $170 billion into fixing the problem instead of creating a militarized, you know, deep state police force that's going to be used against you? Not used against me, I'm in Japan. I've been in Japan 20 years, master. I'm Antifa. Antifa, you know what Antifa means? It means anti-fascist. If you're against Trump, you're anti-fascist. You're Antifa. Everyone against Trump. Everyone standing up against Nazis. We're all Antifa. We're anti-fascist. A burger looks good. Super healthy. Real steak. What do you mean? It started with people getting behind Hitler. That's how the Nazi movement started. What history don't I know? Correct me there, Sean. Sean the Fantastic. What don't I know? What don't I know? You telling me that Hitler didn't take power in 1933? You telling me that the murders in the concentration camps didn't happen in 1941? Yeah. If you are being picked up at a parking lot without any warrant or anything else, that's not due process. I'm too high for this shit right now. That's like another month. What's up, Tony? Tony. Tony, just relax, Tony. No one has due process, dude. What do you know, Shelby? What due process did they get? They're not going after criminals. Miller, read the news. Miller has it where, Miller said there's a quota. What's quotas? Nazis' quotas. I need a spoon.
Here.
All right, great. Forks right here. Oh my God. Yeah, when you have a quota of picking up 3,000, right, undocumented a day, that's Nazi, guys. All right, Nazi. You know, Obama went after people, but he went after people at the border. He went after people with warrants, with due process. Not this crazy Nazi shit that's going on now. They're not getting processed, dude. The guy, they just brought one guy back from El Salvador that was illegally deported. The other people that were deported, 80% of them had no criminal record. What due process did they get? They're putting people on planes and sending them to South Sudan. What due process are they getting? They're picking up people. You know what? Do you even know what due process means? Do you know what due process means? I think we need to explain what due process. Explain due process in detail.
Due process is a fundamental principle that through the judicial government must respect all legal rights that are owed to a person. And sure, I'll pause there. Got it. I'll keep that in mind.
No, you picked up the radio. My bad, I didn't have you muted. Go ahead, explain due process again.
No worries at all. So due process is basically the legal requirement that the state must respect all the legal rights owed to a person. It ensures fair procedures and trials, protecting individuals from arbitrary denial of life, liberty, or property. Essentially, it's a safeguard that ensures fairness and justice in the legal system.
Explain how what ICE is doing, running around without warrants, without anything, just profiling individuals, chasing them down, asking for their papers, and then sticking them in what amounts to be a concentration camp. Concentration of undocumented is a concentration camp.
What you're describing is a situation where law enforcement actions are taken without proper legal procedures, like obtaining warrants. This kind of profiling and detaining individuals without due process can lead to serious human rights concerns. It's often seen as a violation of fundamental legal protections.
And really the big thing is that they can do it to them, they can do it to you. And that's really the message that you have to understand.
Absolutely, that's the core message. When protections are removed for one group, it sets a precedent that can affect everyone else. It's a reminder that safeguarding rights for one group helps protect everyone's freedom in the long run.
All right. Starhammer, you're a Nazi, dude. You're a Nazi. Embrace your Nazi. Okay. No, dude. You don't even know what due process is. All right, go get an education. Come back next month. All right, go do some research. Not personal cam. It's fact. It's factual. You guys are Nazis. If you're following Trump, yeah, 2025 was 1933. Remember, All the murders in concentration camps, when did they happen? 1941. When did Hitler take power? 1933. What did he start doing? All the shit that's going on right now is what Hitler did. Putting money into $170 billion into a national deep state police, police state. Butler, keep coping, buddy. Keep coping. Just kind of justify you being a Nazi. All right, keep coping, buddy. Keep coping. You know why, Sylvester? Because we didn't have social media. People acted like you and like, oh no, Trump's not Hitler. Oh no. We have to shout it out. No one was called Nazis in 1933. They were like, oh no, this is good. Oh yeah, look, going after all these greedy, Jewish people. All these people don't deserve to have our jobs, right? They listen to propaganda. Listen to things like Fox News, other bullshit. That's why, Sylvester. That's why. All right, you gotta just go embrace your Nazi, dude. You're a Nazi, dude. Anyone else? I'm going to the comments here. If you went to Japan illegally, I wouldn't get kicked out of there. If you come to Japan and you overstay your visa, you're probably fine in Japan as long as until they pick you up, right? They may have a more advanced system. They may trigger and they may come get you. They may have a higher advanced system, but I do know people that come into Japan on boats. He's a multi-millionaire. He's a crypto guy, and he doesn't get a visa. He just comes in on his boat, no visa, hangs out in Japan, leaves, right, on that. So, but you can't equate, Japan is an island the size of fucking Florida, maybe a little bit bigger, right? You can't equate fucking Japan to America that basically captured 1 million African Americans, right? We advertise, they advertised, right? Bring immigrants. America is a land of immigrants. It's part of the charm of America. You can't take that away. Look at the Statue of Liberty. Why are you trying to be a Nazi? Right? All countries have deportation. Exactly. Right? They may be more efficient in Japan because they're just more efficient at everything they're doing. But imagine if you spend $170 billion on fixing the system, right? I mean, you don't understand. You're gonna have 10,000 more. Who do you think are gonna be? Who do you think are gonna be these Gestapo? They're gonna be white supremacists. They're gonna be 3%ers. They're gonna be racist. They're gonna be the cops that are kicked out, that don't have it, that don't have a, that are violent, that hurt other people, that are, that's the kind of people that are gonna be hired. 10,000 racist motherfuckers are gonna be what you're gonna be dealing with in America, right? You don't get it, do you? And then it's, what happens at ICE stays at ICE type bullshit. No transparency, hiding their fucking faces, no badges, no nothing, just thugs on the street. They're thugs, they're Gestapo. And if you support that, then you're a Nazi. Simple as that. There is no debate. What's your debate? Come on, push back on that. Let me go all the way down. Push back. Push back. All right, someone push back on what I just said. All right. MAGA, I'm saying MAGA are Nazis, dude. Yeah. If you're MAGA, you're a Nazi. You're no different than the 1933 Nazi. You're not the 1934 Nazi, that's next year. But I tell you what, you have more money going into building up than Hitler did in 1933. If you look at the amount of money that Hitler had to build the Gestapo, $170 billion is huge. It's fucking huge. It's more money than the Marines get. It's insane. It's fucking insane. That's a lot of that. 10,000 fascist boots on the ground to come up. They're gonna pivot them against Americans. You watch. I've been right on everything so far. I was the first channel to be calling out MAGA Nazis since last year, and now other channels are following me, like Kyle, and even called whatever they are. They're all following suit. I've been doing this for 6 months, since before the election. You can look at my videos, calling out Trump, hashtag Trump 1932, hashtag Trump 1933. Next year's gonna be hashtag Trump 1944. So you can't equate America, where 180 kind of went to come in. Yeah, and America was accessible. I mean, we were a country of immigrants, dude. My family's from Germany. Your family's probably somewhere else. Italy. We're a country of immigrants. Just because other immigrants are trying to come into America, and understand what they're escaping. You got places in South America where teenage girls are sex trafficked, where teenage boys are forced into crime. If you were a parent of a 9 or 10-year-old or whatever, you were like, dude, what kind of life do I want my children to have? Wouldn't you do whatever it is to take, right? Do whatever it is to save them, and then knowing that our system's broken, yeah, you abuse the system, come in here. But the fact is that immigrants cause less crimes. It's statistic. As a white person, you're more likely to do more crimes. Like less than 0.5% of crimes are done by undocumented. They're a minority group, right? You're targeting a minority group no different than Nazi Germany was targeting the minority group of Jews, right? They don't have AIPAC or some massive funds, Israel funding them, right? They're an easy, soft target. They're an easy, soft target for you to build a national deep state police force to maintain power, right? He's doing this, they want to get 10,000 people. Why? There's not going to be elections in 2026. Are you shitting me? You really think there's going to be elections? No, there's not going to be elections. There's going to be a white swan event. Mark my word. They're just like Putin had a white swan event when those towers came down. These guys are evil. Trump is evil. Miller's evil. These are fucking Nazis, and they're going to perpetrate a white swan, a gray swan event, not white swan event. Right? It means anticipated white swan event in order to maintain power. They're gonna make up some fucking bullshit. They're gonna have 10,000 more boots on the ground. It's like having an army. Trump said get rid of the deep state. He made the deep state. He's making the deep state. Imagine this. There are no federal employees anymore. They're all Schedule F, which means they sign an NDA. They have to bend their knee on Trump. That is the federal government now. All the leadership are being replaced, right? You're either in line, and this is what Hitler did. This is the same shit. Project 2025 is no different than what Hitler did, right? It's a roadmap, and they're following the roadmap. It's called the fascist roadmap, right? Explain the fascist roadmap.
A fascist roadmap typically refers to the gradual steps through which a society might move towards authoritarianism. It often starts with undermining democratic institutions, eroding civil liberties, promoting nationalism, and creating an environment of fear or division.
All right, go through the list and check off everything that Trump's been doing. Just check off the list. Just go from one by one. Check off, stop. I'm going to give you feedback because if you miss something, I will add to it. We're going to check off every list. So go down the list. What's the first one?
All right, let's start from the top. One of the first steps often noted is the undermining of democratic institutions, such as attacking the media or judiciary. Let me know if that lines up, and we can move on to the next one.
So Trump basically has gone after the institutions. He's called for the impeachment. They just overturned federal judicials no longer can stop Trump's agenda. We're going to see a litany of executive orders, crazy executive orders, and they can't be stopped now.
I see what you mean. This pattern of undermining checks and balances relying heavily on executive orders does align with that first step of weakening democratic institutions. Let's continue checking off the next steps if that sounds good to you.
Go ahead. Next one.
All right, the next step often involves eroding civil liberties and got it. I'll pause there if you want to continue or if there's anything else
No,
you
go
need.
ahead. Next one.
The next step typically involves promoting nationalism and creating a sense of division or fear among the population. Let me know if you want to keep going through the list.
Yeah, so for example, taking over the Kennedy Center, right? Taking over the arts, fascist thing to do, right? Trying to, having a parade, for his birthday, fascist thing to do. Pushing this whole agenda, America first, all this bullshit, right? Anything else you can think of to add to it?
Those are definitely examples that align with promoting nationalism and consolidating cultural influence. Another aspect might include undermining or discrediting the free or encouraging distrust in democratic processes. If anything else comes to mind.
the assault on the media, right? Don't believe them, believe my lying words, right? The assault on the deep state, where he created the deep state. All these things are all aligned with it. Go to the next point.
Got it. The next point often involves consolidating power by weakening checks and balances and creating loyalty tests or demanding personal loyalty from officials. Let me know if that resonates and we can continue from there.
All right, let's go. Say goodbye in Japanese. Say you enjoyed the dinner.
Jamaica-jin ni yoroshiku. Sure, I'll keep that in mind. Let me know if you need anything else.
Okay, all right, bye-bye. All right. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? You message him? You don't wanna? What the hell is this? All right. Woo. All right, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed whacking the Nazis. This is every day I go live, and hold on, let me turn on the Wi-Fi for my son. Gulf of America. So Terry, welcome Terry. Hope you got some wax in. Yeah, I would take fucking Biden with his brain cancer, whatever, over, because the thing is that his administration aren't Nazis. The problem is that Trump's administration are Nazis. That's the problem. Is he's surrounded by Nazis. They're taking advantage of him. I mean, he's delusional, right? Yeah. Goddamn. I wonder if the gelato shop. It looks like his gelato shop is closed down. They're not running gelato. I don't know when they're going to open up their gelato shop. There's like this great little gelato shop down here. Thank you, everyone. Thanks all you new, Nazi bashers. We do Nazi bashing in here. So if someone comes in here and they spouting Trump, it's a Nazi. We just like bash them. The idea is like every day, let's see what the poll. How many polls we get here? Yeah, 57%. Look at that. 57. Only 30. Oh, they only got 35% this time around. They're going down. That's good. Thank you very much for subbing. So I live in Japan. This is my son. I go live. There's like a sweet spot around now. I may end the stream and go live again with a new title just to catch the algorithm, because it's still early. We can catch an algorithm, get another 500-600, whack them again. Just keep whacking them, keep pushing. It's really important that Americans understand the narrative, right? Listen, the judiciary isn't going to save us. Our politicians aren't going to save us. We have to have become the Jesus that it's only us. The only way we're going to save it is we got to get boots on the ground. Every weekend from here on out is protesting. Get more people. Get more people out there. That's the only thing. There is fact that if you can constantly get 3.5% of the population out protesting, it ends it. And here's why. There's a law called the law of market diffusion, right? It applies to everything. It's law of customer adaptation. It's the law of, it's the same thing. It's a parabola, right? It's a parabola that shows how diffusion happens, how movements happen, how adoption, the law of customer adoption is another name for it. Well, that 3.5 is actually 2.5. They rounded up to 3.5 because 2.5 is right at the threshold. So once you reach that 3.5, and no kings hit like 5%, 6% of the country, we have to keep that momentum up, right? You have to keep that momentum up. You got to be protesting every weekend. This channel is part of that. The No Kings, right? The No Kings is the movement. No Kings, right? Fighting fascists, fighting ICE. And here's the other thing, is if you're protesting, people have to start using the word Nazi, MAGA, Nazi, ICE, Nazi. It's so important because the only way they're going to change is when they start hearing people calling them Nazi, right? When you call them Nazi, they'll start to awaken to the fact. They look in the mirror and they go, am I a Nazi? Am I a fucking Nazi? And the simple answer is yes, right? Yes, they are Nazis. If you're picking up people without due process, if you're doing all that, you're a Nazi. So it's so important, right, that people start using the Nazi word. They have to, right? Because people understand Nazi. They don't understand fascist. People are dumb. Fascist is like saying googly glue. And that's what was my big thing about, about all of the social media sites. They're using the word fascist. Trump uses the word fascist. It doesn't mean anything. What's this guy doing? He's just sitting there in the middle of the fucking road. He's gonna back up? What are you gonna do? Why don't you just fucking move over? He backs up and then goes forward. It's like an old person. An old person. This is where I'm traveling through this little village. This is Makuni. Right? It's the only way we're gonna stop it again is you have to. This 3.5. And she's like, it's you can look it up. It's the law of market diffusion. Talk about the law of market diffusion, what it is, and how it works.
to dive deeper into how something functions or what it entails, feel free to
No,
let me know.
the law of market diffusion, the customer adaptation, the parabola, 2.5, 13%, and so on. Right?
Got it. The law of diffusion of innovation explains how new ideas. No worries. If you have any other questions.
Why do you?
or
I'm
there's
not
something-
talking. Your sensitivity is too much.
Got it. I'll keep things more relaxed. Just let me know what you'd like to talk about. Or if you have
You're
any
so
questions.
useless. God damn, you're useless. Dumbass. AI. Yeah, this is called Japan right here. Yeah, it's so closed. Yes, sir. When they're gonna open up again, I wonder.
Let's go.
Go check when they're opening
Yeah,
up. Can you
let's
go
go.
check? Read real quick.
No, you
Go
don't-
read.
no,
Read. I'm gonna have to get out my phone. What does it say?
They shut down Friday.
No, when they open up. Go read it. Go read real quick. When are they opening again? Huh? Open? Please go check, Mikey.
No thanks.
I just bought you a burger. You can go there and read and tell me when they open up again. I'm just gonna sit here until you do. Yeah, Cindy. Cindy is 10 seconds. Ellis. What does that matter? What's going on? What happened? I got my, let's see, what did Ellis say? I got my no king's flag
One.
in place of my American flag. Nice, Ellis. Why is Cindy upset with you? Cindy, why are you upset? Why are you upset with Miss D? I think Cindy's upset she didn't whack enough magas. Did he get up? Did he get in late? Yes, look at this little community. Oh, you're not. You're just playing. Look at this. This is a little seaside. This is a little seaside village. Here, we'll go out this way. This is Bikuni. This is the water right here. All right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to the onsen.
Now?
I'm gonna take you home. I'm gonna get the onsen ticket, and I'm gonna go to the onsen. Are you going boxing today or something?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
What time?
10:05.
Around 5? All right. Well, I got time now. I'm gonna go to the onsen. I'm gonna go to the beach. We're gonna drop Mikey off. Then I'm gonna go to the onsen, which is like a hot bath. Right? Relax. Get my onsen on. And what I can do is we could restart the stream and get another rush, another algo rush in there. You guys want me to restart the stream? You want to whack some more Nazis? You guys want to whack more Nazis? We're in prime time right now. All right. So yeah. Here, I'll show you a little bit where I live. We got a river here. This is Mikuni, and this is Fukui Prefecture. We're on the other side of Japan from Tokyo. So if you have an idea of where Tokyo is, we're on the other side of Japan. All right, Cindy's showing off her colors. Thanks everyone for the likes, for the follows. You know, I know the 10 seconds. The 10 seconds is funny. we're gonna gamify this. I'm coding out a bunch of stuff, but eventually I'll get back around to it. But we're gonna have like we're gonna have like that. That's gonna be like play with your food. The person who 10 seconds people's the most is gonna have the I'm gonna have AI keep tabs. Just so you know, like the first of every month we release all the MAGAs. We let all the Nazis out of their purgatory so we can bash them again. So every month, on the first of the month, I like everything. Even if they troll me on my comments, I love it. I love it and like it, just to let them know that they're out, right? So I love and like every comment, even if it's a troll on me, whatever, even if it's a pro-Trump comment, I don't care, right? What's Daniel? Did I get one? Looks like we may have got one in here. Hold on, I got rid of Daniel. Undoubt douchebag. Nice. You guys just slip one in. Hey, it's hard for me to like tailor everyone, so I'm like approving people. He gone. I told over the hand. Nice. What's up, Mouth? Mouth, are you just getting in here? You just missed it. We had crazy rush. Look at the votes. Look at the votes below. This is a form of activism. It's kind of fun activism. You get to troll the Nazis, call the Nazis, make fun of them, engage with some of them, smash them out, and then at the end of the month we let them all out again. Well, thanks for your service there. 19 years. My father did his 25 years. Ellie. My father went to Annapolis. He was naval attaché for Palma de Mallorca. And he was enlisted in the Second World War. Right, at 17 he enlisted in the Navy, but they sent him to university. Thank God. All his buddies that were enlisted as Army ended up going to sent over and dying. That one choice, him not picking Army, meant I'm here. Right? If he would have picked Army, I probably wouldn't be here today. Right? He picked Navy. Picking Navy saved his life, because the Navy was sending people to university because they needed, and then he went from Duke. He was in Duke ROTC, then he was studying medicine, and he went into Annapolis. So yeah, it's so important that people understand. The main message is this: is that I don't agree. I want. We shouldn't have rampant people coming in, sex trap, all this other shit. I'm against that. But it comes down to pro-Constitution, due process, habeas corpus, all that basic stuff. Everything else is inconsequential at this stage. We need to focus. That's what we're for. This channel, whether you're Republican, whether whatever, we believe in due process. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in habeas corpus, right? That's what brings us together in this channel. And we may have different ideas politically of what this all, means, but it comes down to, right? We believe in those fundamental. America, to me, is a belief in the Constitution, right? That's what the flag represents to me, the Constitution. We the people, right? Not some king, not some Nazi, not some individuals who are just upset with their, with their life, and they're wanting to spread their misery. That's all they're doing. That's all these sons of bitches are. They're miserable individuals. They're unhappy with their life, and they're displacing, and they're displacing their failed life, their failed love, their failed relationship, their failed everything, and what they're getting pleasure out of torturing other people. That's all it is. It's individuals who just want to hurt other people because they're angry. They're angry. They need counseling. I mean, these MAGA people, seriously, they need counseling. They you know, you got to feel sorry for them. You really do. I mean, they just are, you know, sad human beings. You know, it's really pitiful, you know, how unhinged they are, how hateful they are. I mean, what kind of life do they have? What kind of relationship do they have? I mean, it's just, it's, you know, it's pitiful. It really is. That was a special kind of trolling. I was there. Did I get any out? Did any come out? Did you, hey JS, did you notice that troll, that subtle troll? Did you notice the troll there? Did you see the troll I was doing there? JS probably saw it. He saw the subtle troll right there. That was the I'm sorry you're so fucking loser troll. That was the I'm sorry you're such a fucking loser troll. You know, I pity the loser troll. Do you know they can sue you? They can sue me. What, for my freedom of speech? They can sue me for exercising my freedom of speech? Yeah, go ahead. Try it. I'm looking forward to that. It's called First Amendment. Oh, look at these little guys. What are you guys doing? That's so funny. They're so dumb. We still have First Amendment, right? And we got to exercise our First Amendment. We got to get people out. Let's go get the, I'm going to go get the, that's how you whack a Mac. It's mouth out. He goes in there. Mouth showing it how it's done. Showing it how it's done. It's the undoubted redemption. right. All righty. Onsen tickets. These up here. You know, onsen every day. North Korean cigarettes. Yeah, I think they're too scared. Should we start a new, hey, should I start a new stream? Hey, should we start a new stream? It's prime time. Nice. So you accept racist, xenophobia, and homophobic white supremacist speech. And by the way, you defend freedom of speech, and your mod's mission are blocking. Gene, what are you talking about? No, I don't accept. What do you mean? You accept racist and homophobic white supremacist speech? No, I don't. And by the way, you defend freedom of speech, and your mods, minions, are blocking. Exactly. Right, Gene? Gene's an idiot. Gene, sorry. Well, we just don't like Nazis in here, Gene. We don't believe Nazis should have any freedom of speech. You know, when you're a Nazi, when you think that deporting people without any due process, why should you get due process in my channel? Gene, seriously. Why should you get due process? All right? Gene. Sorry, Gene. Yeah, this channel isn't a democracy. All right? We're anti-Nazi. If you're Nazi and you support Trump, right, you're Nazi to us. We don't entertain unless I thought I was gonna let you talk. I was gonna try to explain it to you, because Gene knew some big words. So Gene was intelligent. Gene probably could use a little debating, but you know, it is what it is. All right, let's end the stream and let's start a new stream. We're gonna end the stream. Job application. All right, we're gonna end the stream and we're gonna boot it up and get another Nazis in here. All right, I'll be right back.